Across the West, the architecture of the traditional church is increasingly defined by silence. Rows of empty pews and vacant altars suggest that for many, the old answers no longer match the modern world. While religious attendance declines, our search for origin has moved into the subatomic. We are building massive detectors to map the invisible forces that hold reality together, trading the pulpit for the particle accelerator. This creates a widening gap between our technology and our theology. We peer through deep space telescopes at a 13.8 billion-year-old cosmos, yet the vocabulary we use to describe the divine remains frozen in a pre-scientific era. This disconnect suggests the crisis is one of language. We are attempting to run 21st century cosmic insights on spiritual definitions that haven't been updated in 2,000 years. The roots of this rigid language trace back to 313 AD. Emperor Constantine used the Council of Nicaea to standardize the Christian canon, transforming a diverse spiritual movement into a unified imperial institution. In the following decades, concepts like St. Augustine's original sin took hold, alongside a strictly binary model of the afterlife, a literal heaven and a literal hell. These doctrines functioned as effective tools for statecraft. By defining humanity as naturally fallen and in need of institutional rescue, the Church provided a moral framework that mirrored the hierarchical control of the Roman Empire. To preserve the profound truths hidden in these texts, we must look past their ancient political packaging. The next evolution of faith requires a translation into the only language capable of describing a complex universe: quantum physics. Traditional theology often portrays the Creator as a distant, humanoid monarch, a visualization based on the emperors of the past, rather than the laws of the universe. Thermodynamics teaches that the universe moves toward disorder, yet it began in a state of maximum organization, what we call entropy zero. If we view the Creator as this initial, perfect alignment of energy, the Big Bang becomes the supreme expression of divine intent rather than a random accident. Because every atom in your body originated in that singular, highly organized event, the ancient concept of the Holy Spirit becomes a physical reality. We are the direct, energetic fragments of that initial expansion, divine splinters of the source material. This realization shifts the human position from a lowly subject to an active, living extension of the universe's original creative pulse. When we remove the imperial lens, prayer changes. It moves away from being a petition to a distant king and towards something grounded in the mechanics of reality. Modern experiments in quantum computing reveal that the fabric of the universe responds to information and focus in ways that mirror ancient spiritual practices. A cornerstone of this field is the observer effect, the discovery that subatomic particles exist in a state of pure potential until they are observed. The act of measurement itself forces a particle to commit to a specific physical location. Prayer acts as this focused observation. By aligning your internal divine fragment through intense will and intention, you are engaging in the collapse of the quantum wave function, turning a blur of possibilities into a tangible reality. This makes consciousness a primary force. Human will is a direct participant in the ongoing construction of the universe, shaping the physical world at its most fundamental level. This perspective also demands a new look at the Garden of Eden. A literal reading of a historical paradise ruined by a serpent fails to explain why a perfect creator would allow suffering to exist at all. If we view Eden as a cosmic simulation, the narrative makes mathematical sense. It is a tutorial level where challenge is a design feature, because a paradise with no resistance offers no path for the soul to gain complexity or wisdom. Within this simulation, the forbidden fruit serves as the necessary catalyst to introduce white pain, the productive friction required for evolution. Without this initial tension, the human spirit would remain static and undeveloped. The struggles we face today, the effort of learning, the strain of labor, the weight of responsibility, are the essential mechanics of this growth-based system. We are facing designed challenges within a cosmic training ground, built specifically to expand the capabilities of our consciousness. Stepping into this worldview means letting go of the identity of a fallen debtor. You are an active participant in an ever-unfolding creative process. From this vantage point, death is a transition in space-time coordinates. The soul carries its accumulated data into a new plane of existence within the multiverse, a process governed by the laws of energy conservation rather than a binary court summons. This physics-based understanding provides a bridge to the ancient world. Philosophers like Socrates described the soul as an immortal traveler, realizing that our current state is just one segment of a much longer arc. Eastern traditions arrived at a similar truth through meditation, identifying an inner divinity that remains constant even as our physical forms change and dissolve. Our biological lifespan is a localized stage in an infinite journey of expansion, where every experience adds to the complexity of the soul's unique energetic signature. Embracing this translation allows us to set aside the heavy guilt of medieval dogma. We can begin to recognize the friction in our lives as the necessary resistance of a cosmic game, a challenge designed to be overcome. Your individual talents are tools for this work. By pursuing excellence and discovery, you are contributing your own data to the ongoing expansion of the universe. The universe is a vast playground designed for the growth of the divine fragment within you. The only remaining task is to engage with it fully and play the game with purpose.